It's another Mental Monday where it's time for you to get your mind right so you can shine right like a real diamond up under them lights. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like and comment to our content. We are here to help you turn from cheese to the macaroni and cheese, man. Yeah, it's another Mental Monday for you guys today. Today we're going to talk about how to overcome fear of tackling in football. And let's get into it, man. This is a lot of issues that people have, and I know it's like the seasons is kind of coming to the end, but even beginners that's going to play football next year, this is an issue a lot of people have. So first and foremost, let's talk about the two reasons you're really scared to tackle. So the two reasons you're really scared to tackle is usually it stems from these two things. You don't necessarily know how to tackle, and you don't believe you can tackle the person that's running the ball. Those two things come up usually when you're scared to tackle, and you really need to develop that warrior mentality. What is that warrior mentality? So like, think about a warrior that's going out to war. He's not thinking about the task at hand. He's just like, okay, I just gotta do this. So there's three things we're going to talk about in terms of the perspective of a warrior that he has when he goes into war. So when a warrior goes into war, he's only thinking about, I'm going to prepare the best that I can so I don't get got. Because if he doesn't get prepared, if he doesn't prepare the best that he can lose his life in combat. And you got to think the same thing when you're a player. You're not going to lose your life in the game, but if you don't prepare the best you can, you're going to get embarrassed. You're going to get trucked. You're not going to be able to tackle the player. You're not going to be able to perform the job that your coach needs you to do. Second, you got to be willing to take what comes with the game and adapt. Like a lot of times you'll see in the game that a player will be running the ball and he'll be a guy that's bigger, and people would shy away from that. Like, okay, if it rained a lot yesterday and it's harder to tackle this guy, you got to find a way to get him down on the ground. Like, you got to bring him down. You got to adapt, and you got to bring the guy down on the ground. And last but not least, a warrior also, he knows that he has to make the most out of the moment, because if he doesn't make the most out of the moment, he could lose his life in combat. Same thing as a player. If you don't make the most out of the moment, you could let a touchdown get scored. You could get ran over. You could get trucked. And this is very important because you want to make the most out of the plays while you're out there. So how are we going to develop this warrior mentality? So first and foremost, we need to understand and practice rising through adversity. That's more important than anything. Football is a game of adversity and rising above it. So you got to solve the problem at hand first and foremost. And you need to understand that you got to get this guy on the ground. That's usually the problem at hand when you're scared to tackle in football. So solve that problem at hand and think on your feet and adjust. If you hit him up top earlier in the game and he just stiffed you and kept running, it's like, okay, well, maybe I need to lower where I'm hitting him in the tackling zone. Maybe I don't need to hit him right in the numbers. Maybe I need to attack him at his hips and his thigh region and go as hard as I can. And take every day in practice as a chance to get better as a player, man. Get those reps in and reflect after each play. If he ran you over the play, go back to the huddle and be like, all right, he ran me over, but what did I do? What did I do that I could become better at? Like, okay, well, maybe I hit him too high, or maybe he just stiffed me because I had my head down. Make sure I keep my head up. And also, this teaches you to make the most out of your opportunity. Just like I said before, like if you're not making the most out of your opportunity and you're just aimlessly going through practice, you're not going to get better as a player. So remember to keep these three things at hand to really get that warrior mentality. Prepare the best that you can, take what comes with the game and adapt, and make the most out of every moment. Peace. Check this video out on the screen if you want to be mean on that green, or real on that field, or extort on that court. The No Baller Left Behind Act supports this video. You feel me?